Hey everyone, my name is Chaz Morello and I'm the founder of Open House Party, and this is another video of my little series focusing on the organization Wikihouse and some of its cool intellectual property. Later on I hope to also focus in on some other nonprofit organizations that deal with housing, but for now, for ease of use, I'm going to be focusing on the Wikihouse and some of my developments and tutorials on how to build a scale model all the way up to a full-scale livable version. Hope you enjoy this video. Alright, so it looks like I cut out, so I'm going to be recording again. But as I was saying, I got all these different frame sections kind of laid out. And actually, I'm going to probably pull this camera up, maybe get a better viewing of the frame plastered on, not plastered, but placed on there. I'll probably do another video of me actually setting it down on the video, so that way you get a better, broader view. But this is me just like laying it out for you. If I had a cool like painter stamp, I could just like lift this up and then showcase it a bit better. But there's those parts. What else do I have here? So you're gonna have some of these S pieces, and these S pieces are gonna be the middle parts or the center parts of each frame component. So these layers, there's gonna be essentially layers, and there's going to be in between the layers to give that 3D aspect of it, of support. So in this case, this is the S3X piece. So it's going to go over here on the S3 side, and to make sure it's oriented correctly. And so it's going to be on the exterior side of the frame, and the S3 exterior side. Over here, I have some S3 insides. So they're going to be on the interior of the frame. I have an S1X or S2X. In the larger production, the S1X and the S2X are going to be separated. But for cost-effective and ease of assembly, that's a big one, ease of assembly, for the small kits, Mike and I decided to keep it as one piece. So in the instructions, it'll show it being separate, but for the smaller kits that I'm starting off with, they're just going to be one piece for ease of assembly. So I'm going to lay that one down. It's going to be the exterior side. Get the S5X and S6X, which is similar as far as this is going to be combined for this start-off smaller kit, but later in production, when it gets to be like livable unit, this has to be separated out. So this is S5 and S6X, so it's going to go up here. So S6 is going to go towards the roof. S5 towards that other joining end. I have the S3 in and the S4 in here. And S3 in. Once again, just to show the difference, like this is S3 in and S4 in. And here I have just an S3 in and then there'd be an S4 in somewhere in here. So there's supposed to be two sections of it. But once again, for ease of assembly, when people start off, we decided to keep it as one piece for a lot of the smaller pieces. So just for reference, I'll put this here in the S3 in and S4 in category. And then I have the FRA S5 in section. S5 in interior. FR S1 in. FRS2 in, and so you'll see some of these S2 components also kind of fit together with things horizontally. And I have an FR1S, S1X and an S2X. They're going to be back in this category. FRA S1X. Down here. FRA S3X. And there's some of those S4X's. Here's an S5X. Here's an S6X. And the S2X. It's like, oh yeah, well some of those S5s could go on that side, but this is a good reference for as far as like placement of stuff, but as far as the tutorial goes, I'll definitely want to do another video for the tutorial. So as I can kind of tell here, it's definitely better if I just perhaps lay this down. Maybe I take another shot of the camera at the top and better. Alright, and then of course I have all these other extra components, which they're connector pieces for when you're doing the frame. That go in between the S components. So yeah, as far as this video goes, it's kind of a generic synopsis of some of this. I can go more in depth, and I should go more in depth, but I need a better frame as far as how to record this, so I'll be doing that later. What else can I talk about? Well, like I said before, it took me a while. I did well, I guess while I'm up, I might as well show you guys the doghouse. Alright, so this is the doghouse. This is the base section of the doghouse when completed. But as you can see, I got the roof on. I got some of those walls nicely laser cut. And then for an interior view, I had a little bit of trouble with mostly the ceilings. Somewhat in walls and ceilings. But if you use some glue and screws, that would work just fine. But of course, for doing models and demonstrations, I want to keep it able to be unassembled and simplified. So yeah. Well, anyways, this is the doghouse, the interior, somewhat of the exterior, and yeah. There's the in-wall, X-walls out there, in-walls in there, and then some of the ceiling parts that won't stay up, so those definitely have to either get glued or have screws placed on them. And yeah, so hopefully I didn't get past too much information. I'm not sure if everything recorded, but anyways, yeah, that's the video. Alrighty, here I go.